Thanks again for joining us.
Again,
I'm Pastor Donnie, the student pastor here at Oasis
if you want to
Student
commit your life to
Ministries.
Christ,
We're
or you
glad
have
that
some
you joined us.
Again,
If
please
you have any questions, one of the last times that we're going to do this particular format, that is going to be kind of this game show and everything like that. We're going to start rolling a video that's going to be at the front of every online thing that we do. And so that will change what our Wednesday nights look like. And I just want to tell everybody, first of all, on a personal level, thanks. Thanks for coming, but it's so good to see everyone. It's our second week back, just back in this building and back kind of meeting together. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, even for those of you who are at home, who is watching this now, whether you're in youth or not, it was a bit of a nerve-wracking time to come back. And the reason is because I've been talking to a lot of student pastors just across the state, and as everybody begins to open back up, the truth is no one really knows what youth group is going to come back. Like all of a sudden you're going to have, you had a bunch of people and then you come back and you got like 1.5 people. I don't know what the half is, but count the dog, the neighbor's cat. So I'm glad everybody is here, and we look forward to some things. What has been amazing about this time off that we've had with the Rona has been a lot of really soul searching, and as far as just like what's the point of a ministry and what's the point of our ministry. What has been incredible has been watching everyone and just talking to people. It was out, I believe, it was during this time. In fact, some of you guys that are sitting there on the back row, I went out for a run during the quarantine. Did I have a mask on? If you want me to have had a mask on, I did. And I was out running, but I came across some of the students that were in this room, that were having a conversation, that was just sharing the gospel with people in the park and one of their friends, and that was just incredible to just see that and see you guys living out your faith. And so I'm humbled, I'm proud, and I'm glad to be in this position. So there's a bunch of announcements that I have for everyone before we get to tonight's guests, which I've been looking forward to for a minute. So for the next couple of weeks, we will be again doing this format, and then we're going to start moving back into just a worship set. But for the next 2 Sunday nights, we will not be meeting. Okay, and the reason I'm telling you guys this is because once we get into July, things will start changing where we're going to start meeting more often, and so we will not be meeting for the next 2 Sunday nights, but on July the 11th, we will be back. We're going to meet up here, and we're going to start it off with just a worship set, a worship and praise, where we're going to come together. We're just going to worship. We're going to pray about it, and we're just going to give God glory. And that's just the point of our student ministry, and that needs to be. A couple different things. We should have been at camp this week. There is a supreme bummerness that is going on with this. Did I make that word up? Yeah, I can. We did that. We should be at camp this week. This should be Wednesday night of camp, and all the things that went into it. So we had camp that it ended up getting canceled because of the virus, and then we kind of had a secondary plan. That ended up getting canceled because of the virus and because of social distancing, or as you guys like to call it, I'm not doing that. So clearly, everybody just sit in groups of 6 or more, less than 6 feet apart. Go, right? It's the 6-inch rule. But anyway, we had to cancel it because of a number of reasons. But here's the thing, is going into July, we already have it, I believe it's on the 20th of July. We already have a service project. We're going to Cypress Creek Apartments, and we're just basically going to go and we're just gonna go play in the park with some kids. We've already been approached by being able to come out, and so I want to take as many of us out there, and if we can go to multiple apartment complexes, to just go and share the gospel. What we did kind of last year with doing the Game On to some extent, we're going to be able to do that in the apartment complex. So God knew what he was doing and lining a lot of that stuff up. So we're already ready, and I'm looking forward to that. And it's just going and hanging out with folks and just telling them about Jesus. Last thing that we have, no, I think maybe that's it. Next summer, camp. Next summer, man, I'm not lying to you. I'm so irritated with COVID-19 that I don't even know. Probably I need to pray about the language that goes on in my head about that stupid virus. But I don't probably need to. I need to. I'm so mad. But next summer, we've already got plans for next summer. I've already got mission trips that are planned for junior high. I've already got mission trips that are in the work for high school. Camp. I've already been in contact with a dude about how to get us basically 16 hours away. So, man, we're going to camp, and we're going to, like, states away, okay? And hey, bro, love you. Like, the seniors are looking at me like, traitor. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, so that's next summer. I don't know that I can't make it up to you. I didn't do this, all right? But we're just swinging for the fence. So next summer, we're just going to go ahead and start going that direction. So, all right. I have a group of individuals that I need to introduce up here, and this is a group that is, again, I have my special guests. I've looked forward to this for at least a week, probably longer, actually. So it is our junior high ladies. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you, junior high girls, will you go ahead, find you a seat up here. Just don't sit behind the computer, because if you do, that means you got to talk. You're in charge of it. So come on up, find a seat. Yes, we get to eat Oreos tonight. Yes, we're going to dip it in whatever's in front of us. All right, so we have, if we don't have enough, it's okay. We have more.
Here.
We have one over here. Yes. Oh, this happened. For those of you who don't know, so I got this, and I could not get the video up here on up on the screen. It was crazy. But was it yesterday that I got the video? Yeah. So over here we have Avery and we had Gracie, and I got this video yesterday from these two young ladies as they were standing at Toot and Totem, a convenience store, right? For those of you guys maybe who are at home and don't like, what? Toot and Totem? Yeah, Texas. And it's better, okay? So they went in and to the cashier, took my challenge from last week and said, you know, you have a good-looking head, or a nice head. Right? So you said that in video. I'm so proud of you guys. Like, when I was sitting there, I watched the video and I thought, wait, shut up. They just did that. So they went into a random person and said, you have a nice head. And the person behind the counter, thank you. Yes. All right, so here's just a couple things. Which pack do you want? You want the blue? Yeah, okay, that's blue too, but whatever. Hey, congratulations, well done. Hey, ladies, you got nice looking heads going yourself. Well done. You know, game recognizes game, right? I wish I'd have been there. I'm not even kidding you. That just makes me happy. So this reminds me, actually, a few weeks, well, I guess it was more than that. Madeline Kettles went out into the middle of the street with her brother and sang the Marine Corps hymn, right? At the top of their lungs. Well done, man. Well done. Level up there, too. Hey, I owe you stuff still, don't I? You and your brother from Survivor. Man. I am slacking. Well, it's typical, bro. It's typical. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through, and I need you guys to introduce yourselves. So with that, technology is in front of you, so there'll be a microphone. So again, we have 2 turntables and a microphone, and you guys just tell me who you are, all right, what grade you're in, And that's it. I'll ask some more embarrassing questions to kind of get more out of you here in just a minute. All right, so we're making eye contact over here. Elvis, bring it.
I'm Presley, and I'm going to be a freshman.
Yes, Presley.
I'm Bethany, and I'm going to be a freshman.
Bethany, check it out, man. You were almost loud. Close.
I'm Abby, and I'm going to be a freshman.
Yes, right. Abby. So this is Abby. For those of you guys who don't know, and not that you would know, I gave her a hard time about this last week, but she is the best at Zoom meetings. She's always there. She is always there, but you have the best view of the ceiling vent that you'll ever have.
Do you want me to move the camera up?
Anytime Abby gives an answer, just point it at the ceiling, and it'll be great. It'll be great. At some point, I know she's there because I hear her giggle every once in a while. So yeah, just this. It was that. It was exactly that. I'll go for it.
Okay, I'm Allie, and I'm going to be in 8th grade.
I'm Gracie. I'm going to be in 8th grade.
Nice head. Easy. You don't want that on you, dude. I'm telling you. Oh wait, I'm kidding.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm Keely, and I'm going to be in 8th grade.
All right. All right. So ladies, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you some questions, and it's going to be this or that. All right. So some of you guys have seen me do this. So this or that, you just answer which one you prefer. For those of you guys who maybe are watching at home, you feel free to answer in the comment section. You can send me a text message and be like, you're all wrong, whatever the case is. All right, so here we go. Keely, we're going to start over here with you. All right, are you ready? And then we're just going to go around. It's easy, okay? Well, I say it's easy. It's not. Well, the third question's pretty tough. It's really embarrassing, so we'll start with you again on the third one. All right,
Thanks
first
for
question. First question, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs, all right. What do you think, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs as well? Mm-hmm. Why not cats? They're
Because I don't
jerks?
like cats.
You don't like them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. No, it's good. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they're responsible for the corona anyway, so. Same question, dogs or cats? Dogs? It's not on. And that, just like that, Allie's rap career was over. There it is. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
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 I don't really care.
You don't really care. Okay, that's a phenomenal answer. So is it because you just don't like pets, or is it just because?
No, I like animals. I don't know. It
Okay.
depends.
All right. So you could have said neither one. I'm more of an elephant person. I like humpback whales. The pools looks funny, but they're great.
I like dogs.
You like dogs?
Yeah.
So there's no cat people. We're all normal. Right. Good call. So for those of you who don't know, there's a young lady out here. We'll call her Macy. Feel free to buy her a kitten. I'm kidding. I'm just serious. I'm not kidding. Okay. All right, we're going to go ahead and skip to question number 3 because, Keely, I just saw you coming. Are you ready? No. Okay, this is serious. Life or death? Like, I just don't feel like you're taking it serious.
Life or death?
Okay, maybe it's not life or death, but it's kind of a big deal. So, sit down, restaurant, sit down or take home?
Take home.
That was it. Okay.
Sit down.
Sit down. All right, so you two can't be friends. That's rules. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
don't love me no more.
Sit down.
You're a sit down? All right. What do you think? Go for it.
Sit down. That's usually just what we do.
Okay. All right.
It depends the people I'm with.
It depends on the people. Yes. Yes. It depends on the people I'm with. So from this point on, if we're ever in the car together and be like, hey, does anybody want to go sit down? And she says, no, let's go home. Can we get it to go? You rank right there, okay? Bethany has spoken. We're done. Let's go home. Okay. It's a good answer. All right. What do you think?
Probably sit down.
Sit down?
Yeah.
Back row. What are you guys? Are you sit down or dine out? You sit down as well? You take out? Is it the people you're with as well? Oh, just. I can see. Is it your mom? Because I feel like she's kind of one of those that's going to get on the table and it's going to get questionable. Yeah. All right. So, what is worse? What is worse? I'm just gonna ask you guys singles on this one. So, what is worse, laundry or dishes? Which one's worse, laundry or dishes? Yeah.
Laundry. Dishes are a lot faster.
Okay. So laundry, yeah, takes too long. What do you think, laundry or dishes? Which one's worse?
Oh, dishes are worse.
Dishes are worse. Why are they worse?
You get wet.
Oh, okay. How do you wash it?
It always, the spoon always sprays and like
Okay,
it's, I don't like it.
There is the random spoon that you didn't see. Right? Like, who had cereal? I'm like, all right. Okay, serious one. This one I want everybody's answer on. All right, so an international trip. So you get to go on an international, we'll say a trip anywhere. For 1 week, it's paid for. You can do whatever you want. Okay? Anything. Okay? Or, this one's going to be probably pretty easy. Or you got to spend 1 week in space. So we'll do this. I'm modifying this question just a little bit. Okay? So which one would you do? 1 week in space, a vacation anywhere? I'm just a little bit curious on this one because I think it's going to divide at least a couple of you. Go.
Vacation anywhere.
Vacation anywhere?
I go in space.
You're going to space? Okay, I kind of figured that one was about to happen, actually.
Vacation anywhere.
Okay, all right.
Vacation anywhere.
Okay.
Vacation anywhere.
I would go to space.
I knew it. Called it. All right, so all of these things, vacation anywhere or space, but in order for that to happen, would you take the trip if it meant that you had bad hair for an entire year? And by bad hair, I mean, boing, right? Like it's gone.
My hair kind of does that.
It's gone. Allie's like, yeah, it's Tuesday, right? It's good. I'm going on vacation because my hair is just this. Okay, it's same. I get it. So what would you guys do? Would you take the trip or would you?
No.
You wouldn't. Sorry, bad hair. Do you see me?
I would take the trip.
You would take the trip? All right. You're going to space. Or,
Well, I mean, space is a once in a lifetime thing, so I'll take bad hair for a year.
right on, you're just going to play it out. Right?
Yeah.
You're going to look like you've been running forever, right? All right.
There's hats for a reason, so.
Oh, there's nice. All right.
Yeah, I would still take the trip because YOLO, I guess.
YOLO, this hair's growing out. All right, so, all right. Giant pimple, anywhere, right? We'll just say on your forehead, but giant pimple, or you have something stuck in your teeth, like seriously stuck in your teeth. A piece of, like asparagus, I don't know. Broccoli. You have a big chunk of broccoli hanging out all day, or a pimple. Choose this or that. Worst day ever, I guess. I guess both.
Well,
would be
I
worse.
would definitely say neither, but I'd probably go with the pimple, because I mean, like you can cover that up usually.
Okay. All right, you can cover it up. Be like, what's going on? Nothing. What are you talking about?
I'd probably say the pimple because that's really annoying, the second one.
Okay, all right. Because no one's going to tell you about that one, right? All right.
I would say pimple because you could just like cover it up with makeup and like wear a hat like that goes down.
So can I just say guys don't get those particular answers, right? I guess they do, but it's kind of like, no. Okay, so what would you go? Giant pimple, something stuck in your teeth.
Pimple.
All right. You got bangs. Again, guys are like, thanks for nothing.
I'd say something stuck in my teeth because you can always just use a toothpick.
Okay.
I'd say pimple.
Pimple? All right. Audience, what are you going to go with? Pimple? You, Macy. You going pimple? Any food people in here, you'd be like, man, just give me the food. It's just one day. We'll call it good. All right. Nice. Like I can't close my mouth because I got this broccoli hanging out, but you know what? All right. Okay. So going around, questions that we've asked everyone. All right. Well, at least one of them. Toilet paper substitute. What's the acceptable toilet paper substitute?
Probably like tissue paper.
Tissue paper?
Yeah.
So when you're mom, you're going to totally view Christmas different now, right? Is your mom one of those that takes the tissue paper out of the bag, folds it up, saves it for later?
Yeah, she is. She does that with
Stockpile.
wrapping
You're
paper
going to look
too.
at that and be like, see when the next Corona happens. Oh. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
My grandpa, he reads like the farmer magazines or whatever, and it said that way back when they would use like corn cobs. So, yeah, that.
Can I say that's awful?
Yeah, it's bad. That would hurt. So.
Hashtag no.
I don't know.
You don't know? God, better decide. Your sister's going to be, where are my socks? Decisions had to be made.
Can I think about it for a little bit?
Yeah, you can think about it.
Okay.
It's good. Abby, what you got?
Don't they have like flushable wipes?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
That'll work. What you got?
Baby wipes.
Baby wipes. Is that our answer from here? Go for it.
Leaves.
Leaves. Just leave. So you and the old timer. Why are you walking funny? I think you know. What else?
I would say baby wipes.
Baby wipes as well. All right. All right. All right. Bethany, what is your most used emoji? If it's the kissy face, I have questions.
I don't use emojis that often.
That a girl? I don't really either, so yeah, it's a good call.
I don't really. Maybe just like a smiley face.
The chocolate ice cream?
No, maybe a smiley face just
A
probably.
smiley face? I could totally see that from you, actually. I could totally see that.
Like a thumbs up.
A thumbs up, smiley face. I feel it. I feel it. Allie, what's yours? Most used emoji?
The laughing and crying face. Or the
Oh.
party dude, like with the little
Okay.
the hat. I like him.
Are you a random emoji user? Like, does anybody know those people that sends a text and then there's a random LOL at the end? Right? That's just after things? It'd be like, my nose is bleeding, LOL. Yeah.
Oh, I do that. If it's funny or like ironic, I'm like, LOL.
Okay. Okay. Hey, dude, your tire fell off your car, LOL.
I would do that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you knew it, but you have a big giant zit, LOL, cry smiley face. Right? I got you. Next level. All right, so superpowers. What's 2 superpowers would you want? Or if you have them, tell us, I guess. But
Yeah, I'm not telling you if I have them.
oh, well done. I appreciate that. Now I'm watching, though. But whatever.
Yeah, you won't catch me.
Yeah.
I would do invisibility and speed.
Okay. In this room, who would choose invisibility as your superpower? Same. Okay, I got you. Go for it. 2 superpowers.
I would choose fly and like empathy, I guess.
Oh, fly and empathy. Be like, totally sense what you're doing. I'm out of here. Okay. Allie?
Well, invisibility and oh, I said this the other day. The ability to fill things up. So like if your drink is empty, just fill it up. Or like if someone's sad, you make them happy. Like you. I don't know if that makes sense. Or like if your bank account's empty, you just fill it up.
I'm not even kidding. Boom. Right? right? I've never heard that superpower. I have never wanted a superpower until just now. Like, that would be the one. It'd be like my bank account. You just totally changed it. It'd be,
You're a millionaire.
yes. There's so much. Allie, huh? You come up with that. You let me know. Superpowers. God, that's a good one.
Probably like one of them would be mind reading, but like intentional mind reading. So like not like unintentional, because that'd be weird to just hear everybody's like mind thoughts.
Such a good call. Like, I can't go into a convenience store because I don't need to hear you argue with yourself over Coke or Dr. Pepper. Right? Should I get a diet? Really? Now I can't. I feel funny. Whatever.
Probably too, like the ability to like change things, if that makes sense. Like if somebody's like homeless, like you could like make them rich or something like, yeah.
Right on.
Like, or if somebody's like rich and they're being rude, then make them poor.
Okay.
Okay. Stay on your good side.
Abby's all like, say it again, dude. Like, poor. Oh, your car is now empty. Allie and Abby just have this perpetual fight. Be like, is it empty? Is it full? I don't know.
I would probably say time travel
Yeah.
and probably the ability to read minds.
Okay. Yeah. So you could go back in time, take Allie, fill somebody's car up, and be like, totally hooked you up. Abby's gonna come in and be like, you didn't.
I'm with Abby on the mind reading, and I want to be able to see the future.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, depending on.
That's a pretty tall order. That's a good call.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good call. All right. Okay. So, you guys remember when you came into youth, the youth ministry here, but you also remember when you started, I guess, junior high, however that works. So, what were you nervous about? Now let's change that. What is it that you didn't expect as a 7th grader coming in? What did you not expect? Like, oh, or yeah. Junior high guys are, well, anyway. What did you not expect? What surprised you?
Probably that I had more friends than I knew I did, I guess. Pretty much everyone was nice, like, and as a 7th grader, everyone just asked if you wanted to be their friend, and that was like, you just kind of joined the group.
Okay. Yeah, right on. What else? Anybody else? What did you not expect?
Probably with Presley, I wasn't expecting to make so many friends, because I like came kind of like, I don't remember, but I came like last year, started going to the church, and like I was like nervous because I was like, oh, I'm not going to make any friends. I'm going to be all alone, but that didn't happen, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. One of you guys?
It was more chill than I thought it would be, because like you hear all the stories about the youth group, and it's like, oh, they're crazy, but like we're crazy, but we're not that crazy.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's a good call. Yeah. All right. What advice would you give a 6th grader? So we heard a little bit of what the seniors would be like, what I would have told myself. What advice would you give 6th graders? Maybe they're starting the youth group or starting junior high, whatever. What advice would you give? Please.
Probably not to worry about the future or anything, just live in the moment.
Okay. Right on. What else? This side over here, the quiet side. Well, except for Allie, of course. But what advice?
Don't get into drama.
Don't get into drama. Girl, that'll preach. That is. And we're done, folks. Read your Bible. Don't get into drama. Ding.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Like, don't freak out about everything.
Oh,
It's
all right.
fine. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just
Okay.
calm down.
Good call. What else?
Probably not, yeah, like she said, not worry about drama and like popularity, and like do good in school, because like even though in the moment you like don't want to, and you just like want to like have fun, but you're gonna regret it when you're like older. So
Wow, right on. What? Tell me about this. All right, this is going to be the little bit of the scripture that comes into it. So tell me your favorite Bible verse and why. And some of you guys are like, oh, there's an app for that. Yeah, John 3:16. I don't know it, but that one. That's what I do. So favorite Bible verse. If you guys need a minute to look it up, then feel free. But anybody, favorite Bible verse.
I know it, I just don't want to say it wrong.
You just don't want to say it wrong?
Yeah.
Jesus wept?
Can I start?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. It's Ephesians 2:8. For by grace you have been saved through faith, and it is not your own doing; it is the gift of God. I just like that because that's where my middle name's from.
Yeah.
Middle name's Grace. So
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
That's a good answer. What else? What you got?
It's Proverbs 31:25. Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. And I don't really know why it's my favorite verse. It just kind of has been since like second grade. So, I mean,
Right on.
yeah.
Yeah. What else?
You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you.
Yeah. Tell me about when you guys. All right, so there's a certain amount of what we're doing in here, and that feels generic and canned and everything like that. And so I want to change something. All right, so I want to have this conversation with you as a youth group. Tell me about when you came to know Jesus. All right, tell me about that moment. Who led you to Christ? When was it? And just share it. Just tell it. Just tell me where it was. So, as you feel comfortable, but go for it.
Okay. Well, I became a Christian when I was probably 4. Brianna was talking to me about her Bible class, and she was like telling me all this stuff her teacher said, and then I became a Christian. But whenever I actually started reading and actually like taking it for what it is probably, I say, about a year ago, which is crazy, but it just helps you not feel so alone sometimes, and just, I don't know, certain things it just really helps with.
Yeah, that's powerful. So, Brianna, yeah, that's a power right there. It's your sister. That a girl. Well done. That's powerful. Tell me.
Mine was Macy too. She came back from church camp, and we were in the car after we picked her up, and she was talking about someone got saved at camp, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I was 5, and I went in my room, and I just prayed, because we learned about like the ABCs, like you admit, you believe, or I don't actually remember them, but we had learned about that on Sunday. We learned about it on Sunday, so I was just like, okay, cool, and I did it when I was 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's awesome. Again, just sister. Yeah. What else? Presley, when did you?
I don't really remember how old I was, but one day Jody had talked about being saved, and I was curious as to what it was, and so we were in the gym, and I was like, what is that? And we just got into a conversation about it, and we talked to my parents about it, and then later that night, me and my dad just prayed about it, and I got saved.
Right on.
And then I got baptized, and it was really cool because my grandpa got baptized with me, so yeah, it was just really
That's
cool.
Super awesome. What else? Anybody else? No? Okay. It's not that you don't know Jesus, I understand that, okay. So there's a passage that's in Ephesians chapter 4. And if you guys, anybody, and even anybody at home, if you have a Bible or you have an app for that, turn with me to it. And it's Ephesians chapter 4, and it's going to be in verse 31. And in this passage, we're going to talk about something that well, it's just real life. And I love that you guys brought this up. And there's actually quite a few of you that were out in just the crowd that were. I saw your heads just moving up and down with, the things about the drama, and the politics of life and the hall and just growing up. And it's not always fun. Sometimes you just don't fit in. Sometimes it's a matter of you're trying to figure out and navigate sports. You're trying to figure out and navigate popularity. And you're trying to figure out all of these things. And I don't know about you. I will ask everybody in this room. Who in here has ever had, just raise your hand, who has ever had just a friend change? Like just a turnover in friends? Like just because people just change. Yeah. And sometimes that's great. Sometimes you look at it and you're just like, man, what happened? And then sometimes you look at it and you think, no, really, what happened? I can tell you just kind of even in my own personal story, I had really one of my best friends. In fact, it was the friend who led me to Christ. He just loved me to this, invited me to church. And we just, at some point, we just drifted apart. Life choices, okay? And to be honest, I think it really kind of hurt both of us, just in the long run, because I think that we really missed each other. But it was just a situation that was just life, and sometimes things are just crazy. And a passage that like this, it's in verse 31, so Ephesians 4:31. And we're actually going to go into chapter 5, and it says, "Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and slander be put away from you, along with all malice. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you." Chapter 5, verse 1, it says, "Therefore, be imitators of God, as beloved children, and walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God." What is incredible in this passage, as we sit here and we listen to what God has dealt with us. So I'm curious to you, what did you hear? What did you hear as I was reading that? What did you think of when I was there? As you were reading it, maybe it was just something that caught your attention. Go for it.
If God is bigger than you and he can forgive, then you can forgive too. Like he's above you, and that's where that's where we're supposed to learn from, and we're supposed to take after him. And so he forgives, so you should too.
Right on. It's good.
With therefore be imitators of God, it just kind of reminded me of being Christ-like. And I mean, that's somewhat self-explanatory.
Here's the thing about this, about both of y'all's. God is a forgiving God, right? We all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and we have been found by God's grace. Okay, but this idea of being imitators, I want to be closer to. I want to be like. And I have to tell you, ladies, that as I was coming into really this night, I knew after last week the group that I wanted to have in here this week, right, with y'all. And there was a reason for it, because I think that inside of y'all, there's a certain power. And I knew that to some extent that this would be the passage that I would be talking about, because I've heard your answers before. I think I know the condition of your heart. And this idea of being imitators of God, one of the things that I'm probably the most proud of, especially in y'all's group, is this idea of just chasing after God. I know that you guys fight with the drama at school. I know you fight with the drama of life, right? Of whether or not I fit in, whether I don't fit in, whether or not this is this crowd or that crowd, or alignments that go along with it. But you have a passage like this that you guys do a really good job of living up to. And that is chasing after God, understanding his love and his grace. And I want to tell you, ladies, that you're a phenomenal example of that, and I'm super proud of you. But also, it's an encouragement to read through this passage and to chase after God as though He chased after you. Does that make sense? You don't understand, and everybody in this room, video camera here or not, or whatever the case is, the reason that you have been called to the mission that you have is to share the name of Jesus with everybody, right? And the way that we do this is through this example of just being like Christ, being like God, being imitators of Him, being forgiving. And as we go through this passage, it's walking in love and giving of ourselves. So as a youth group, as a student ministry, I would encourage everybody to do this, to dig deep in our own lives and to take a moment and look at ourselves and question our own motives. This is one thing that I was going to talk about Sunday, but I didn't. And one thing that we as believers, what we should never be good at is panicking, because that's not who we are, right? Our hope is found in the living God. Our hope is found in the one who has our path laid out. And so what I want to encourage everyone is to just chase after God and let Him lead you. Ladies, I'm super proud of you. And actually, in this setting, it feels like there's kind of this weird groups that go on. Anybody who's up here, everybody else has to be quiet and this, that, and another. I need everybody in this room to understand this, that I am super proud of you. I'm proud of this group, and this crazy thing is I know that there's a lot of individuals that maybe even splitting time between churches or whatever. I want you to know that I'm proud of you because I believe in your generation. I believe that you will be, and you have the ability to change and fix a great many things in our society. But the only way that that's ever going to happen is going to be pure and simple chasing after God first. And I believe that this generation, has that ability to start the next great revival. But what's going to have to happen is going to have to be a sacrifice. It's just going to have to be a look at our own lives, looking at each other and saying, we're going to follow God, right? So again, I'm proud of you. We have a lot of work to do, but I think God is on our side. I think God's on your side, and I think He's moving you that direction. So what I want to do is I'm gonna pray for us, and then we're going to eat some gross stuff. I'm sorry, we're going to eat Oreos, right? And have some Oreos left over. So, Father, I thank you. I thank you for this moment, God, and I thank you for this group of young ladies and just what they mean to me, but God, what they mean to you. And Father, I pray that you use them. I've heard their answers outside of here, and I know the condition of their heart. I pray that you use them, that you grow them to be the leaders, you grow them to be influencers in their school and those around them. And Father, I pray that you use them to the best of your ability. And Father, I pray that they're bold in your name. How incredible is it to be called by your name? And I think it's incredible that you use us. So God, thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. We love you. Amen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we have in front of us a bunch of different sauces, dipping things. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm not going to tell you what each one is until we get to it. So we are going to start left to right. Okay, feel free to grab. Is anybody gluten-free? If anybody is gluten-free, and you're about to use the excuse that I heard last week, which was brilliant. Jesse, that was sitting right here, he almost used is it keto? He almost used diet on me, but then he went in because, and he swung for the fence, actually. He did good. So if anybody is gluten-free, I brought some extra cookies for you because we're all about that, okay? All right, so if anybody needs some gluten-free because this isn't going to taste weird enough, we have fun free also. Okay? All right, so feel free to open them up. Open up your bag of cookies. For those of you who are in this room, we will have plenty of cookies left over, so don't leave without some Oreos. All right, here are the rules of this engagement. Are you ready? The rules of this engagement, I learned this last week. If you leave a bunch of stuff out here, it gets covered in funk, so we're not going to do that. We had to put this table outside. It stayed outside for days before the smell finally. For those of you guys who were here last week and got that wonderful smell, Troy, in all of his wisdom and amazingness, put the juice and I guess whatever else in a baggie. We froze that for future reference. Because we're not waiting for Sweden to send us any more, dude. We want that. Yes. That is gold, sir. Gold. Well done. All right, so here are the rules. Whatever, we're going to start in order, number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here is the rule. You have to dip the cookie all the way to the bottom. There'll be none of this. Oh, I got some. I know y'all's tricks. All right, so all the way to the bottom. This first one is relatively easy and predictable. It's just orange juice. So get in there, get a little bit of slosh going on. And what we're going to do is we're going to rank this on 1 to 5. 1 is seriously bad decisions were made. 5 is, hey, Mom, can I have some orange juice and Oreos? Okay? That's surprisingly good. No? It does taste like Fruit Loops. That's a good call. I'm going to say this it's a 4. I'll go 4. What do you got? You don't have to. You don't have to use the microphone. What would you say? 1, 2, 3, 4? 1.5? 3? Okay, so you could never eat it again or whatever.
Like 2.
A 2? It's like, man, it's bouncing already.
It's like a 3.
A 3? Okay. What do you got? Check it out. She's all like, hold on. Okay. 4? 4?
I'm going to go 3.
3? So Gracie was like, no. All right, next one. This is just some type of spicy mustard that I found. All the way to the bottom.
I'm so scared. I hate mustard.
I think we just ruined some Oreos.
Hate mustard.
That's a good 2 for me.
I don't even want to.
It's not as bad as the orange juice? Really? All right. I think that's awful, actually. I don't know whether that's coming or going, dude. That's bad. All right, so we have better than orange juice. So what'd you get? 1 to 5. 3 again? Oh my gosh, that's awful.
3.
You got a 3? Holy cow. All right. What do you got?
It's like a half.
A half? We got a 0.5, folks. We got our first 0.5. -2. Yeah, there's not enough toothpaste known to man. 2?
Yeah, I was going to go like -5.
Okay. Don't go negative. We have a long way to go, I think. Okay, next one. Number 3. This is sausage gravy from a can.
That's what I thought it was.
I mean, look at that jiggle, folks. Huh?
I'm just going to do this Oreo. This Oreo's already bitten last time. Did you already?
Oh, that's pretty bad, too.
I'm gonna need.
Check it out. Presley's like, I'm just not convinced. I better go for another bite.
No, I didn't get one yet. This is another Oreo. I just split it in half.
Yes. All right. I can't wait for the next one. This one just makes me happy. All right, so 1 to 5. What? 0? All right, we have a 0.
1.
1? All right.
That's just wrong.
Okay.
I don't taste the Oreo anymore.
You don't taste the Oreo anymore.
Goose egg.
Huh?
0.
0?
1 or a half.
Half?
Yeah.
-10. All right. Dude, I've been waiting for this one all night long. Like I couldn't even handle it. All right, so here you go. Number 4. The rules still stand. The cookie has to go all the way in. This is boiled red hot dog water. That's right, folks. It's boiled weenie water. Why is it red? I don't know.
I thought it was pink lemonade. That's what it looks like.
Totally not. Totally not pink lemonade. Don't forget, give it a little bit of a swish. All right, here we go, folks. What do you think, Gracie? Gracie's like, no, I don't want to. Girl, you can't taste it. I could taste it. Oh.
I'm so scared.
Hey, bonus points if you drink it. Oh, God. It's lukewarm. I can taste it. That was bad decisions. Why'd you talk me into that? Yeah. Hey, for those of you at home, try that. All right, last one. This one may or may not be. Look, I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be, but this one might have a little kick on the end of it. It is something habanero. So I don't know. I should have just said it was Polynesian sauce.
I would have believed it.
It's a little spicy, isn't it? All right, so 1 to 5. 1 to 5, what would you say that is? 1. I hate it.
4.
4? You like that? Oh, girl. All right.
We're not related.
We're not. Yeah, there you go. What would you go? Oh my gosh, it's hot. All right. Might be some bonus points if you drink that one.
Like 4.5. I liked it. I don't
Did you? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to sign off. But with that sign off, we're going to do this. For anybody who's brave enough, we're going to drink it.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Are we all? Oh my God, Bethany, you're really doing
All right.
this? Why not?
Here we go. Mm-mm.
I'm good.
Oh, God.
That's see, bad decision. I'd rather not be able to.
Hey, everyone. We're super. Oh, my gosh, this was bad. I bet you that orange juice tastes awful right now. Hey, everybody, we're super glad that you are here. Coming up over the next couple weeks, we are going to change formats again. I do enjoy having everybody come up here and interviewing folks, and there's some of you guys that I really want to know a little bit more of your stories. And I'm trying real hard to plow through this. But we're going to do it a little bit different. We have created a different set of videos for the intro and the outro, and I want to know more of y'all's thing. What we want to do as a student ministry is we want to figure out how we can better reach your friends with the gospel. What do we need to do up here to equip you to go and do that better? And we want to gear it that way. We will put whatever it takes, and that's something that I want you guys to understand. If we need more events, we'll make events, but whatever it takes to put the gospel out there is what we're going to do. That is something that we learned over the last couple months. The most important thing that is out there, if we believe that the gospel, the message that Jesus died for us is the most important thing that's ever been told, then we'll do whatever it takes to tell it. And so what I want to know from you guys, let's think big. Let's think God size. What would that look like? What would reach your friends? And we'll start to make that happen. I asked a lot of these questions for you guys, especially y'all. What would you do? What would you tell sixth graders? That's what we want to do as well. As we have a group of sixth graders that are going to be coming up here before too long. How do we make their time coming into it? How do we move from the beginning to them graduating, where they go from scared to, man, I'm ready to talk to people. I'm ready to be an example. I want to go closer to God. How do we do that? What would have helped you? All the things that go along with it. So I want you guys to start thinking about that. The ministry, one thing that we have noticed across the board, and we have seen it even with our pastor recently. What happens if an element is taken out of the mix? What happens when a building is taken out of the mix? What happens when? What happens if the leader isn't there? The gospel still has to be presented, right? So the ministry still has to go on. And so that's what we want to do, is we want to make this ministry more you. We're the leaders, but you guys, we want you equipped to go and do it, all right? To use the strength that you have. So that's it. I'm done. I love you guys, and we look forward to the next few weeks. I've already been in contact with a few people about just leading worship and what that's going to look like and all that goes along with it. But, man, it's time for us, OSM, to turn a page, man. We're just going to rock it. And it's just going to be Christ and Christ glorified. Period statement. Okay? That's it. I love you guys. Next week, we will have the building open because clearly we have issues with following the rules, so we just will open this junk up. So I love you. That's it. Hey, thanks again for joining us.
Again,
I'm Pastor Donnie, the student pastor here at Oasis
if you want to
Student
commit your life to
Ministries.
Christ, or
We're
you
glad
have some
that you
questions,
joined us.
again,
If
please
you have any
feel free to
questions
email
about
us at
any of the things that you heard tonight,
pray@oasissbc.com. We would
we
love
want
to
to hear
connect
from
with you and get some
you
resources
can
in
get
your
in
hand to
contact with
encourage
me
you
at Donnie,
to live a Christ-filled life.
DONNIE, at
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
oasissbc.com. I'll answer any of your questions. If you have anything that you want to know about, maybe it's salvation, maybe you're struggling with something, reach out to us and we'll walk with you through that. Again, we're glad that you're here. Keep in contact. We love you. Bye.